In today's video, I'm going to be going over one of the most budget-friendly methods to make hundreds of thousands in Gran Turismo 7. So firstly, we need the Alfa Romeo 4C. Now, you can head on over to Brand Central and you will find the Alfa Romeo 4C for 89,100 credits. Now, once you purchase your Alfa, you need to head on over straight to the tuning shop, because this is where you're gonna spend most of your credits. Now on screen now are all of the parts that you need to buy. So in total you're gonna spend 239,600 credits. So that is quite a lot, but in total, even including the aero parts that you're still gonna need to add on, the vehicle total will come up to 334,000 credits. Now that is cheaper than any Group 4 vehicle, and this car can honestly outperform said Group 4 vehicles, so it will make the events so much easier. Now if we have to compare this to another budget friendly car that can do the same events, we are looking at the Red Bull X Junior 2014. Now this car will set you back 350,000 credits, and that's not even including the 25,000 that you have to cough up for tires. This 334,000 includes tires as well, so we look and see that we are saving some money. So this is now the aero parts that you need to buy. So it's just type A front splitter, side skirts, and obviously a rear wing. This is to just add downforce to help the car be better around the corners. So on screen now we have the setup that you are going to use. So when it comes to tires, you need racing hard tires and racing intermediates. Now you can go with racing wets, but they do cost more, and I feel like racing intermediates do the job just as well. For the suspension, you're gonna use a fully customizable suspension, and the settings are as follows. For both the front and the rear, for body height adjustments is gonna be 80, anti-roll bar is gonna be 10, dampening ratio compression is gonna be 40, dampening ratio expansion is 50, natural frequency in the front is gonna be 3.35, in the rear is gonna be 3.55. So negative camber angle for both front and rear is 3.0. Toe angle is going to be 0.10 going outwards, 0.20 going inwards for the rear. When it comes to downforce, it's going to be 100 in the front and 183 in the rear. Your fully customizable ECU is going to be set at 100%. Your transmission is going to be set at 300. On the next page, it just shows everything that you need to have installed. So now that we finally have the car and the setup done, we can finally head to the event, and that is going to be the World Touring Car 700 around Le Mans. This is a 30-minute event, and it will net you 825,000 credits at the end of those 30 minutes. Now what you want to do is, the minute you load in, you want to change your fuel map over to fuel map level 6. You want it to be a lean tune. Don't worry, because this car has enough power to go flying past the AI, even though the power is being restricted. And one thing that might be surprising to you is how good the car is under braking. And what makes this all perfect is the car has just the right amount of power. It is not too powerful that the car is gonna break traction, you have to fight with it, but you can drive with no traction control on, have a little bit of slippage, a little bit of fun here and there, but still set a good time. The car is still gonna be responsive and it will listen to you. You are not gonna have to fight the vehicle to get it to go where you want it to. Now on the straight line, you can see we are gonna be able to pull the AI in. Now at first, when you do shift gears at the low RPMs, the car is a tad bit slow because it has a high RPM turbocharger. So the higher the RPMs, the more the turbo is effective. So as you can see, coming down the straightaway, just before we start braking, we're 285 kilometers per hour. Yes, there are cars with faster tunes, and I have posted cars with faster tunes. So if you are interested in that, please go on my channel, check out some of the other videos. But as you can see, the Alfa 4C is making absolute mincemeat of the rest of the AI. Now the AI's difficulty is set to easy because this has the least amount of stress placed onto you as the player. You don't have to worry about even if you make a mistake. For example, if you do not go into the pit lane and you're driving on racing hard and the rain is pouring down, you're spinning out, the car has no grip, you will still have a lead over the opponents, and you know it is a guaranteed win even if you make a few mistakes. So that's why I always recommend playing it on easy difficulty. If you want a bit of a challenge, go to medium or even hard, but if you don't win, don't come back and fight with me. Now the Alpha, as I said, incredible brakes, the way it just takes turns, it is honestly set up as a race build. With the suspension, the damping ratio being set to 10 and 40, it will handle like a full-on race car. The setup is very solid, is very firm, and one thing that I love, and it really takes a big lead over the AI, is coming up to this turn. All you have to do is let off the throttle, and sometimes you can just let the car glide through that corner, and you will see you'll actually gain about 3 seconds on the opponents. Also, another key feature about the Alpha, unlike other cars with big V8s, V10s, V12s that absolutely guzzle fuel, the Alfa Romeo is actually quite good when it comes to fuel economy. Now you will be able to do a lap, actually you will be able to do 3 laps before you need to head on into the pits to actually refuel. Now usually I give a race strategy to just advise you on how to take the event, but with Le Mans it is completely unpredictable. Whether it's 90% of the time it rains, and sometimes it rains on the 2nd lap, 3rd lap, 4th lap, and in that 10% it doesn't rain at all. So it really is just up to your judgment to nail when you need to go into the pits. So that's why for most of the time I do ride just watching my fuel level, but I like to always look at the weather radar so I know when I need to dive into the pits and change over to my intermediate wets. And just like this, we are going around the final chicane and about to cross the finish line. On our first lap, we set a 4 minutes and 13 second run. To me, if the car is able to set a under 4 minutes and 20 second lap, there's gonna be an efficient vehicle to get this race done. So now at the end of the 2nd lap, I saw there was rain upcoming, so I actually dived into the pit lane at the last moment to just put on my intermediate tires and just refuel, because every time you pit, you want to set your car and let it refuel all the way. The reason I'm diving into the pits now is because I'd rather be prepared with my intermediate tires on, so when the rain comes, I know I don't have to be rushing, slipping and sliding all over the circuit to try and get into the pits, because when the rain falls, I will still be able to have grip with my intermediate tires on. And now we're gonna jump massively towards the end of the race. So now you can see I have 0.4 laps of fuel left, coming to the end of the 6th lap. Now my decision was this: I could have either gone into the pits, refueled and done a 7th lap and done the event properly, but I decided no. I decided I'm gonna go and sit at the start line, because the minute that clock hits 0, I can just cross over. And I'm doing this because there's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the race, and I have more than a 3-minute lead over the car in 2nd position, which allows me to still have time to come sit at the edge of the racing finish and just wait for time to run out. Now this can bite you if you miscalculate, then the car can actually start at 7th lap. You're gonna have to go back into the pits, and by then you wasted 30 minutes of your life. So you are taking a chance by doing this shortcut type of thing, but it's a risk you want to take. But what really hurts is knowing the fact that by the time you go back into the pits, refuel and go out again, the car in front of you is going to have a 30-second lead, and just like that you would have wasted 30 minutes of your life. So it really hurts if you actually make that mistake. So make sure your calculations are right, and that about sums up this event. So now, as I said, you just sit and you watch the timer go down until it is your time to cross the line and receive that 825,000 credits that is coming your way. So if you did go on to enjoy this money making method, don't forget, leave a like and subscribe for more money making methods, because this is what we're gonna do. In Gran Turismo 7, there are tons of vehicles and tons of different ways to make you some credits. So that is what we are gonna go over. So if you did go on to enjoy this, don't forget, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.